I was my own worst enemy for a little while there. So I'm glad we're back talking about how to keep this easy. You know what I mean?
I'm on a quest to regenerate my soil and turn my tiny backyard into an awesome food forest. I've been doing hydroponics for 10 years in something I call a continuous harvest system. It provides me with greens almost year round. I'm getting more into permaculture, and I want to incorporate more perennials that give me food year after year. Now, I'm not giving up the hydroponics. I believe we can do both. So while I'm rebuilding the soil, which can take years, I'll still be able to grow food in the meantime. Now, I started hydroponics because I failed at traditional gardening, so I'm going to need some help. So I asked my buddy Marty if he wants to help a lot of people learn how to grow their own food. See, Marty's a horticulturist, and he's an expert at worm farming, composting, and traditional gardening. So when I asked him if he wanted to help a lot of people out there, he was kind of excited about it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Groovy.
Back to that. But when you start thinking, okay, all I got to do is build soils and plant plants, and provide habitat. So it's just the three things: build soils, plant plants, provide habitat. And that's that's the formula. And you can grow like little lettuces and strawberries and things like that in real shallow profiles because they don't need a lot of and microgreens and stuff. They don't need a lot of root zone, and so you got food within a week, 2 weeks,
Right.
And then you plant your cucumbers and your tomatoes and things like that. Your soil starts getting deeper, and then you just go, okay, well it's deep enough now. I can plant a little fruit tree, so you just stages, and then it becomes really simple. Like, yeah, I said I was my own worst enemy for a little while there. So I'm glad we're back talking about how to keep this easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because we're all
yeah.
time poor. And so an example would be, so you can make your choice of what you want. I'm just sort of provide an example here.
Yeah.
So what I would do is actually just get some not much compost. You just need a little bit. Make a 2-inch layer roundabout. Because you've already been feeding that area quite a bit.
Right.
And then just get some type of like a cover mulch. So you could even put down newspaper, cardboard, wet that down, so no weed come through. A couple of inches of compost, and then a light like sugarcane mulch or a light mulch or something that's already in the driveway that's already come up, and then just start making your layers,
Right.
And then basically you just dig a hole and plant into the thing and put a little bit of compost around the plant when you plant it. If you've got a bit of worm casting, and Keely's got a worm farm, a little bit of worm castings around the roots always helps. I like to put a couple of chicken pellets around the top as well if I've got them, but if I don't worry about it. But that's really basically it.
So I'm going to take some of the advice that Marty gave me, start incorporating it, start rebuilding my soil. And like I said, this process will probably take a while, but I hope this gives you inspiration that if you've ever thought of regenerating your soil, permaculture, growing a food forest, doing all of this, and it seemed a little bit overwhelming, but you tried out the hydroponics because we showed you it was cheap and easy. Now maybe you can do a little bit of both, and while you're waiting for your soil to be regenerated, you can still have results. You can still grow your own food, and you can still reap the rewards of a great harvest.
Yeah, no, I get it. So basically what I'm looking at is because you've got a lot of leafy greens that grow in the hydroponics, because a lot of the leafy green herbs and the leafy greens grow really well in the hydroponics.
Right.
And so you're probably considering growing something that's not hydroponic, that wouldn't do so well in hydroponics. Before you decide what you're going to plant out, I'd be going, okay, well, what can I plant in threes that are maybe like not so much going into that whole companion planting thing, but just understanding what plants do well together, like a basil and tomato, parsley, they all do well together. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
without going off into that whole companion planting tangent, what plants don't shade other ones, what levels you can put. Like, I really like little marigolds around the outside, at the front.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They
Keely put those
they're
down.
really good for the soil. They bring in good beneficial insects. They keep nematodes away from the roots of tomatoes and things like that. And they produce seed, and you don't have to go buy more of the things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you buy seed, you can just keep them going continually. Once you've started, we've bought one pot or started a whole lot of seedlings. So I really like them, sort of like around the front as a little border. And then example, like you might have, say, some type of cherry tomatoes growing. I grow all different types of coloured cherry tomatoes. I very rarely go above a tomato that's sort of like maybe 3 times the size of a small tomato, because
yeah,
by the time I get to them, the birds have grabbed them or something.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I get to harvest much faster, and I get an efficient crop and get lots of different flavour, textures, and colours. So I like the different coloured cherry tomatoes. They're my favourite. We spoke about this lots of times. Like, it's been great to just getting to know each other and sharing. I've learned a lot from you as well.
Oh,
And
thanks.
and getting to know each other over time, and implementing things and bouncing off ideas off each other and things like this is really, really cool, because I know if I've got something, I can come to you as well.
Oh, thanks.
It sort of goes both ways, really, in that regard. And I'm just stoked that I can be here, and it's a blessing for me to just come here and just be introduced to your community. That's the main reason why I'm here, to just try and help as many people as I can. A bit like, and keep it easy, like you said right at the beginning. Like, and that KISS method.
And it's cool too because Marty's on one side of the planet and I'm on the other side of the planet. And with the internet, we can, we're connected around the world and helping people all over. That's just awesome. So awesome times we're living in. But I really appreciate Marty.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. It's a real honor.
Cool, cool. And we'll Take catch back y'all that next little
Yeah.
time.
Thanks.
You
Thanks.
know,
Thanks.
keep
Yeah.
on growing,
Keep on growing.
so many of
Keep
us have
inspired.
just given
Stay
away.
tuned. Catch you
The
next
part where
time.
we totally depend on someone else for all of the food that we get. Now, you don't have to be 100% independent of the system, but each step you take in that direction, I guarantee will make you feel a little better. So you don't have to do this all at once. Start thinking about your soil, start thinking about nature and how it works. Keep using your hydroponics, keep growing your food, at the same time work towards independence and your own little personal paradise. Till next time, live to inspire, keep on growing, and be the change. Much love.